I'm just starting the recording right now. And this being said, thank you everyone for joining today. My name is, like I mentioned before, Mihai Barbu. I'm the Chief Product Officer for Spark Generation. Together, we will take an exploration journey through the platform. And with me together, I have my colleagues, and we can do a small presentation. Radu, if you want to say just a couple of words about yourself first.
Hello, everyone. My name is Radu Bogdan and I'm a teaching experience lead. I'm responsible for the experience of teachers, adults in schools. Yeah.
Thank you
Mm.
very much, Radu. Perfect. Diana, if you want to say a couple of words as well.
Yeah, sure. Hello, I'm Diana, focused on business development in Spark. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. And Florina?
Hi everyone, I'm Florina, CEO and co-founder of Spark Generation. And I'm glad that we have the first teacher that are exploring Spark Joy price, and also you're starting the onboarding. The main stakeholders that you will interact are the two amazing guys, Radu and Mihai. Radu always will help you on engagement, and also will bring best practices from other schools, because currently we work with almost 100 schools from different countries, 16 countries, and it will help you grow in your role and how you're using the platform. And of course, technically and everything that we are releasing, it's Mihai, and it's supporting you. So these are the main stakeholders that you will always interact, and it's good to know them. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Florina, for the kind words. Perfect. This being said, let's dive into the platform. Like I mentioned before, we will cover a little bit what Spark has to offer from all perspectives. Spark is a platform that partners with schools and, of course, with teachers in such a way that we provide the experience and the learning journey digitalized for all the different users in the learning journey. So this being said, for example, we have the platform being used by students, by teachers, by parents, and of course by schools as a whole for gap analysis and all kinds of other information. And this platform all the time starts, of course, with the students. I'm showing you now, and hopefully you can see the screen. This is the platform part where the students first enter into the platform. One thing to mention is the fact that once we partner with a school, the students and the teachers from that school have access to all the content that Spark has to offer, which I will cover right now. The content is available in our library. It contains not only academic courses, which I will discuss in a few minutes, but also well-being courses and future readiness courses as well. When it comes to academic, we currently have 55 plus courses, which are developed by Cambridge specialists. So they are following the Cambridge curricula for high school. For the well-being part, just to describe them a little bit, it's related to um, the well-being, the mental and physical health of students. We have many courses in that direction as well, which can be used in your school. And on the future readiness side, we have courses that are like how I like to say them. We imagine our end destination for the student and for the school, and we help them get there. So, for example, courses like skills, a roadmap to your professional future, and so on. All of these courses are available, of course, after being discussed with your school or with you. What are the courses that are available for your students? And the students can either go through the courses on their own or with your supervision as well. So the platform wants to firstly offer a rich experience for students, an engaging experience, but for teachers, we want all the time to help them with efficiency, which I will show you a little bit later on, digitalizing the content, digitalizing the experience, and helping as much as possible with all kinds of tasks in such a way that we help you focus on the important things that matter to you as well. Yeah. This being said, if we look at any of our courses, because before moving on, I wanted to show you a little bit how the courses look as well. If let's say we take computer science, I like the computer science part, of course. Looking at the course, all the time, the courses are split up into modules. Each module contains different topics, and each topic has subtopics. The subtopics, if there is a Spark course, we usually have four different subtopics: the engage, learn, practice, and master part, where initially in the engage part, the student becomes familiar with the topic. We answer together the why. Why do I need to learn a certain topic? Afterwards, we have the learn part where we can go in depth regarding the subject, where we have the um, spreading of information. Of course, all the time, it's not only just information. We have exercises, YouTube links, images, exercises with open-ended questions, with multiple choice, single answers, and so on. The students can interact with them. All of the courses have been developed under the umbrella of specialists using neuroscience in such a way that everything is engaging as much as possible. Next, after you do the learning part as a student, you have the practice part where you can practice what you have learned up until now. Here, for example, you have either flashcards or different types of exercises, again, specialized exercises that help you to accumulate and to sediment the knowledge that you already had in the previous two topics, subtopics, sorry. And the last part is the master part where you truly, as a student, master the certain subjects. Yeah, these are usually how the courses are split depending on the structure. For example, you can develop your own courses as well for your school. You can develop courses in different languages, covering different topics as well. In that case, the courses can follow whatever structure you want to have. But the standard courses that we have at Spark follow the standard way. Why I mention it is the fact that the students and the teachers can interact with the courses. So, for example, as a teacher, you can, if you are a computer teacher, a computer science teacher, you can offer your students engage and learn. You can do them in classroom, and afterwards offer practice and master part outside of the classroom. So asynchronous learning in such a way that they do exercises by next time at home, or you can do other ways in such a way that you can have flipped learning, meaning that you have first the engage and learn part is done by the students outside of the classroom, and afterwards you do the practice and the master part in the classroom in such a way that you have flipped learning. You first sediment the information, and afterwards you start building on that foundation as well. Yeah. It depends. You can try any of the options. Of course, the platform supports you in any direction. You have this content, which is the structure that we provide. And of course, as you as teachers can build on top of it and personalize it as much as possible. So we offer you this content developed by specialists, but afterwards you can create it and customize it as much as you want. And I will show you later how to do that. Yeah. Until then, just one thing to mention, please. If there are any questions or you want anything to discuss, please share it in the chat and we can gladly discuss about that particular topic. Yeah. So with the student in mind, because we need to finish the student, and after that I will go back to the teacher as well to show you the interaction between the teacher and the students. With the student in mind, you have all of the courses. You can follow them, like I mentioned, one at a time, self-paced, or you can use them with your teachers. If you have a mathematics teacher, they can use the mathematics course with you. All of the courses that you have selected are found in my courses. So these are the courses that this student actually learns. So for example, here you can see which teacher is on which course. And one thing that we are really proud of is one of the last features that we have developed, which is the dashboard for the students. This dashboard helps the students with responsibilization, with well-being, with tracking their learning, also all the time seeing how many assignments do they have and so on. And this is, of course, available for all of your students. Each week, they can set up a target, a weekly target of how much time do they want to spend on the platform. You can see as a student how you have handled or what have you done in the previous weeks as well. You all the time, based on the interaction that you have in the platform, how much did you spend on the courses, on the assignments, and so on, this value is populated. And afterwards, you can also see it. Let me see one week in which I learned. Here, as a demo account, you can see when and what did I study as a student, breaking down the actual values. Yeah, this is of course available for the school as well. We can offer you also personalized reporting if you think this is needed. As well, you have also assignments for your students in such a way that these assignments are categorized in such a way that they see how many are overdue, due this week, due later. Of course, this is a demo account, so because of that, I have a lot of overdue assignments. Yeah. The next part is the well-being part, where you can set up targets, you can set up habits as a student, where you can enforce on yourself, creating different healthy habits. So, for example, I've set up for my students drink glasses of water daily. I can mark it each day. Each day, the ideal is to make uh, 7 days. Sorry, to keep it as 7 days. If I wanted more, I can re-add it or add something else. You see that unfortunately yesterday I didn't respect the habit. Next, you have challenges that can be completed by our students, plus, of course, celebrations as well. These celebrations are used in such a way that students can celebrate their achievements and can help them get a positive information about the entire and have a different view about their month, their celebrations, and so on. Yeah. Lastly, we have the future readiness part, where you can also have skills, which I will discuss a little bit later as well, which are shown for the students, and you can have the Spark assessment results, which we can discuss. These are the Spark assessment. The phase that appears here is a phase in which we have 16 skills that we consider are very important to the 21st century students, and the values based on the self-assessment that the students have in the Spark assessment would appear here as well. Yeah. This being said, this is what I wanted to share with you regarding the students, because once we start the interaction between the teacher and the students, we will go into the teacher account. Yeah. So I won't cover the assignments and the reports part in this section, because we will go into the teacher account and I will show you there how this part interacts. This is the most interesting to you as well. In the meantime, just like I mentioned before, if there are any questions, please let me know and we can gladly discuss them. Either me or Radu can definitely help. Anyway, even after the discussions that we have now, we will be one message away. So you can send us an email, you can contact us in different ways. We will share our contact details as well. We will be there with you each step of the way in such a way that you can have an extremely nice experience on the platform. Yeah, and use it as efficiently as possible. Right now, I'm logging in as a teacher. You can see that from a teacher perspective, the view is approximately the same. We wanted to go with a minimalistic platform in such a way that it has the least amount of information in such a way that you can focus on the things that matter to you. When it comes to the students, we focused on engagement, meaning making the courses very interactive, making the information very easy to use, focusing on neuroscience in such a way that they are intrigued and engaged in the entire learning. When it comes to teachers, we all the time focus on the efficiency. So based on research, we saw, plus of course on all of the discussions that we had with our partner schools and the research that we have done so far, we saw that at least 53% of a teacher's time is spent outside of the classroom. This means that in this period, teachers usually create content, personalize it, make it engaging, and so on. Plus, on top, of course, also correct content as well, and provide feedback. And we wanted to help as much as possible in that direction. This is why we created the platform. You have the courses available. Of course, just like the students, you can select your own courses. So if I was a mathematics teacher, I would see only mathematics courses here. I have all of my students available. I have class assignments, and in the class assignments, I can really create assignments for my entire class. The nice thing about the platform is the fact that it follows the structure of your school. So if you are a school, for example, that is using classes for each individual course, you can create the the classes. Afterwards, you see the students, and you are able to first of all have a bird's eye view of the entire classroom, what they do. But of course, you can also go into details, see how many students answered, how many are to be reviewed, how many is the total. You can go even into more depth and see what answer was provided by which student. You can provide them feedback. You can provide them grades if grades are required as well. And this is the part that I will show you in a couple of seconds as well. Yeah. These assignments are two types. You can see them here, standard assignments and custom assignments. The fact, like I mentioned before, we wanted to make it as easy as possible and as efficient as possible. The standard assignments are actually pages out of the course. So if I look at the courses again, if I go in any of the courses, you see these topics, the engage, learn, master, practice modules and subtopics. I can send as a teacher directly one of the pages from here. The practice part, the learn part, or all of them at the same time with a click of a button, and they will have text, exercises, links, many exercises as well, in such a way that you do not need to recreate, apologize, you do not need to recreate the exercises. So you do not need to search in different places to create content and so on. It's already available directly from our specialists. If you want to create it with a click of a button, the only thing that you need to do is to go into the classroom, select the classroom that you have. Of course, like I mentioned, it could be possible, and it is all the time possible. You have multiple classes. Afterwards, if you have one or more subjects, you select your subject, click on assignment, click on standard assignment, and afterwards you select the due date. This is the date that will appear for the students, for you, for the parents, if the parents are enrolled as well. You select the module, the topic, the subtopic, which, like I mentioned before, can be one or more. You can have either the whole class. If it's the whole class, you just press send and they will receive automatically a notification that this assignment has been created. Or you can select one by one who to send the information to. Yeah. This being said, if you click on assign, the assignment is going directly to the student and everything is finished. But again, based on our research, we know that all the time teachers want to have the possibility to personalize the content because, of course, you have uh, different levels of knowledge for students, you have different types of learning for students, you have your own way of making content and personalizing the learning as well. And this is why we also have all the time the possibility for you to create a custom assignment. This custom assignment, when selected, again, you select the due date, you select anything random, cell structure, and learn. I can select, let's say that in this case, my Mihai demo student missed one of the classes and I want to create some content and some exercises for him, right? I can click on generate. Afterwards, a blank page appears. In this blank page, you can add anything that you want. So you can start working with text, exercises, images, quotes, links, YouTube videos as well. For example, you can type in as an exercise, you can start typing in the options, start very easily adding which is the correct answer, adding a grade as well, let's say 4. And afterwards, you can just by clicking on the review, send it directly to the students. This is perfectly nice, but at the same time, we know that, for example, you all the time want to do reviews or resumes of entire modules. This can be done very easily using our AI assistant. With a click of a button, in a couple of seconds, you are able to receive multiple choice questions here, which are, of course, given from the content that we already have on the platform created by our specialists. You can, of course, correct the exercises, you can add marks to it, you can change the options, of course, you can delete the options as well. And afterwards, you are able to send them directly to the students. We had teachers which in 3 minutes created more than 30 questions for 5 different modules, sent them directly to the entire class in such a way that they were able to do other tasks, this being handled very quickly by our assistant. Of course, you can all the time make the questions as riddles or make the questions funny. The imagination is the limit. You can make the questions and the number of questions however you want. So looking a little bit upwards, you can see that the question is already created as a riddle. If you make them as jokes, there are jokes depending on the on how you see them and how do you like them. You can keep them, you can delete them, and so on. You can make the questions in any language as well. So just by typing in here, make the questions in Spanish. In a couple of seconds, you have questions in Spanish, for example, or any other language. And afterwards, with a click of a button, you are able to assign them directly to your students. If the students have received the assignment, let's look at the student. Going right now, I'm logging in as a student. You can see that I have notifications as a student. I see that a new assignment has been created by my teacher. I click on that notification and I'm taken directly to that assignment. Yeah, I can start marking it, start offering or making the options in such a way that the teacher afterwards, once I submit it, receives the feedback. But let's say I have a question regarding one of the exercises. I can just click on this button and I can type in what about question 3. And once I do that, my teacher, going back to the teacher, receives a notification and two-way communication can start with the student in such a way that the most important thing, which is feedback, is provided directly and very easily to your student so that they can build on top of the information that they already have. Yeah. So we also are able to provide as teachers grades, we can provide marks, we can provide feedback, and feedback, of course, is very, very important. This type of feedback can be provided both at an assignment level, meaning for all of the questions, but also for each individual question once the student has submitted the answer. You can see here that a nice thing is the fact that you are also able to see if the student has answered but didn't submit the exercise yet. So the homework was not finished, but you can see that Mihai demo student already has answered most of the questions. So it could be possible that they will finish rather soon because you see only these ones are not yet answered. Yeah. This being said, you see that in a couple of seconds you are able to see what did the student do. Of course, let me just go back to the student and thank you for the patience like this. Once I submit my answers, you see that I have the comment from my teacher. But once I submit my answers as a student, I get instant feedback regarding the answers that I had, right? So you can see I got this one correctly, the other one was incorrect, and so on. But it also provides me the possible correct options. And one important thing is the fact that, as I mentioned, you have the possibility to give the teacher, and the teacher has the possibility to give you direct feedback on the actual exercise as well. This is perfectly fine for multiple choice questions, but what happens when we have questions which are text answers? We know as teachers that those types of questions, essay types of questions, for example, can take a long time to correct and to give feedback on. So this is why at Spark we have made, just a sec so I can show you, we have improved the assistant in such a way that the assistant can provide you, just a sec, can provide you support also when it comes to to text answers questions as well. I won't go through all of the steps because it could take a little bit of time. Once a teacher creates an assignment, if the question is a text answer, in that case, or a essay answer, in that case, the teacher, once the student completes the answer, can use the AI assistant to compare the student answer with an ideal answer, and afterwards the AI assistant can provide the teacher a feedback or a recommendation for feedback for the student. I will jump into the last phases of the flow that I was mentioning before. So you have the assignment for students. This assignment was for one of my students. Right now, as I'm logged in as a teacher, the actual homework or the exercise was define the social enterprise. As a student, the student provided this answer, the social enterprise, and they gave different feedback. You see here, as a teacher, I can provide direct feedback, Or I can use this button, and when I press it, I see that I have a correction guide. This correction guide has two parts: the definition, how the ideal answer would be. It's made out of 5 parts in this case, and it also contains a correction guide which tells the student, the teacher, what to and how to mark and what to provide feedback on the exercise as well. So, for example, the social enterprise has 5 different definitions. If the student had 2 out of the 5, they will receive 100%. If they had 1 out of the 5, they receive 50, and so on. The teacher can very quickly compare the two, the ideal answer and the answer of the student, and provide feedback to the student directly. Or they can use our AI assistant, which provides 3 things. First of all, an evaluation for the student, which is seen by the teacher. So this evaluation is a direct feedback to the teacher only, meaning that the AI compares the ideal answer and the answer of the student. The given answer successfully includes, it provides you feedback directly as a teacher. Afterwards, it provides you the possibility to have also a feedback directly for your student, meaning that it is formulated in such a way that if you check it, you see how it is, you agree with it, so you validate it. If you agree with everything, you just click on this button. Once you do that, it's sent directly to the feedback, it copy pasted, and afterwards you can modify it, you can change parts of it, and so on, and send it directly to your student as a feedback. The last thing that it contains also, we have a recommended mark. The marking is how much or the percentage which we recommend, the AI recommends to offer to the student. Of course, the final decision is with your expertise, and you provide that information as well. Yeah. This being said, you can see that, for example, if I have a question and the student answered exactly the opposite, meaning that it says that and the social enterprise is only cares about money and so on, you can see AI evaluation is incorrect for the teacher, but for the student, it provides you the feedback to be constructive in such a way that the feedback that you provide to your students is all the time constructive so that they can learn from that experience. Yeah. All of those features are available directly into the platform for you to be used with your students. The nice thing about it is the fact that you can use them on all of our courses, which already contain most of the questions have AI, the correction guide, which is implemented by Spark Generation. And if, let's say, you want to create something non-standard, meaning that you want to create a personalized assignment, we have you covered in that direction as well. So, for example, I'm selecting a custom assignment as a teacher. So right now I want to create something special for tomorrow for my students. I'm selecting anything from the course. I click on generate again, and once I do that, I'm taken back to the blank assignment. If I'm selecting text answers, so I'm selecting a question, I'm selecting the text possibility. You see that I have either text, either single choice, which is multiple choice with single answer, or file upload. The file upload, applications are in case, for example, of mathematics. If the students have a different software or they want to draw by hand with geometry and so on, they can quickly take a picture or a snapshot of the image and just upload it with a click of a button directly as an answer to you, the teacher. Yeah. But in this case, we're selecting text answer. I'm usually giving all kinds of examples, but let's say what are the themes in the novel 1984. I'm giving it as a 6 mark, the possibility, and afterwards I'm using this functionality in such a way that when I'm creating the assignment, if for the text answer I'm adding a correction guide, afterwards I can use it with all of my classroom with a click of a button so that I have the feedback directly from the AI assistant feedback recommendations. Yeah. So with this being said, normally I should click on this button and start completing the correction guide. Of course, it's already a huge advantage because I'm completing the correction guide once in the beginning for one exercise, and afterwards I'm using it with all of my students directly. Yeah. But we wanted to improve it a little bit in such a way that you have the possibility, based on the question, to actually generate it with AI. So again, the AI is used as an assistant for you to jumpstart the correction guide in such a way that within a few seconds, you have the ideal answer in such a way that you can see here. Uh, the ideal answer is mentioned here. You have the possibility, based on the set mark, the possibility to also have uh, different types of marking, which is split. The 6 marks are split into 4 different areas, 2, 2 plus 1, 1. And afterwards, you are able to save it. Of course, you can change it as well. So, for example, you can do it like this. Afterwards, start modifying it, but it gives you a lot of information from the beginning in such a way that you have low amount of effort to invest in the correction guide as well. Once it is done, you can create one or multiple questions, you review them, and you send them to all of your students. Yeah, this is how the AI assistant works for all of our content. As a quick update, shortly we will also have the possibility to create content from external documents, so PDF, PowerPoint documents, Word documents as well. You can upload the document, and within a couple of seconds, you can get questions directly from that document. But at any point, if you want, you can very easily create questions just by writing what you are interested in. So no matter in which course you are, you can type in make questions about fractions, for example, and the AI assistant will actually create questions about fractions as well. If there is a symbiosis, it can create questions of fractions within biology. If not, it will create questions directly from mathematics. Yeah. These are the functionalities for teachers, so it's very easy for you, firstly, to create assignments within seconds, personalized assignments with AI assistance for both correction guides and afterwards with automatic feedback plus generation of content as well. And you are able all the time to have a huge or very broad overview of how the classroom is handling. You can generate, once you have an overview, you can make, for example, for intermediate, um, can you show us a completed assignment completed on the platform created? These are the ones. These are actual examples of the ones that are being created by students and are or by teachers and uploaded by the students. So this what I'm showing you now is exactly what the teacher and the student sees. So for example, this one is one generated randomly by me. The student answered. I see that right now I'm a teacher. I see exactly the questions. But if it was from a document or from the actual course, you would be able to see. Let me just quickly go. Just one sec, so I can see if I have something prepared. But of course, you will have the counts. You can very easily see. You can see here, for example, you see these are the questions that are to be completed with images and so on. So all of them are directly from our courses as well. This is not yet completed. Hopefully that answered the question. But please let me know if you want me to be more specific. You will have, of course, the possibility to test it and to see how it works, create countless numbers of assignments within a couple of seconds. But I'm very curious if I answered the question, and thank you very much for the question. So right now, I'm just like a teacher in the platform. Perfect. Oh, I see. Thank you. Excellent. So this being said, the you can view the assignments at the student level. You can at the class level. Sorry, with gradings. If the students have medium grades, you can see them here. You can see how many completed, how many still are to complete. You see the student assignments. So here you can go each individual student, see how they are behaving and how do they what's their status, so to say. Afterwards, you have reports available as well. These reports are done in such a way that you can see here uh, information and you can add grading, of course, if you want to do that. You can add grading, you can add the notes for the grades as well. You can add attendances meaning how much time did they spend and so on the platform. And of course, you also have the possibility to in the platform have uh, academic reports. These are quarterly. Of course, please do not mind the data because it's data demo data. Here, for each of the different subjects, you can have what went well and even better if in such a way that the student can see them as a overview. The teacher can see them, of course, and the school can see them. But most importantly, if you want to enroll the parents can see them as well. So in such a way that it provides a clear and easy communication to bring the parent into the learning journey as well, alongside the teacher and the student as well. Yeah? I've mentioned the notifications. How do they work? You will not miss a thing when it comes to notifications. And the last thing that I wanted to mention about teachers, and this is where my colleague Radu comes also with his experience, we all the time have improvements. Each month we are generating content or continuous personal development courses in such a way that we will handle both topics, technical topics like AI usage in schools and so on, but also topics which are very, very accurate and are very efficient to teachers. For example, like mindful time management. This has been just released. Congratulations, Rado, again. It will be available, and it is available for teachers starting this week. You are able to, in your account, access it. You are able to go through it as a student, so you can answer questions, you can verify it, seeing how it works, and so on. And at the end, you will be able to complete it as well. You have, of course, onboarding tools here, as for example, Spark FAQ for teachers. We will also have Spark FAQ for admins as well. Here, with a click of a button, you are able to do micro learning with any type of topics that we have in the platform as well. Yeah. So although students have their own courses, we also want all the time to provide support to the adults in the school as well. And this is why, for example, for well-being, we have right now the topic of March being mindful time management. Yeah, everything is available in the platform. You can go through them. You can answer questions, learn about it, use all of the content inside. Plus, on top of that, we also have different sessions that you can join in such a way that you can benefit from the entire experience that Spark has to offer as well. Thank you very much. If we buy the platform, I'm just reading the question. If we buy the platform, will it be populated with the assignments for IGCSE and A level in all of the subjects we offer? Thank you for the question. We have 55 courses for Cambridge that are following the Cambridge curricula. You will be able to see them once we set up your account. You will be able to see all of them. So we cover a lot of them. Of course, it depends. It could be possible that, for example, arts, this is one of the courses that we don't cover. So we have a huge array of offers. Yes, we have mathematics. Of course, this can be also discussed with our content creation. We have a specialized team of content creators, and the even better part is the fact that in the case where we don't have a course, let's say, for example, you want something non-Cambridge, we can provide you the possibility as a school to create the content to use it in your school. I can show you it's very, very easy to use it. And afterwards, you are able to use it for all the schools that you want. And even higher layer would be if you want to do the course, you are able to, of course, optionally populate or publish it, and afterwards have a shared revenue model depending on the number of users that are accessing from our network. Depending on the number of users that are interacting with that particular course, you are able to get a shared revenue stream, an extra shared revenue stream. Yeah, this can be discussed. This is the level 3. Of course, we will share the content. Thank you, Phil, for the question. We will share. I'm just mindful about your time as well. Thank you very much for the question. We will share all the platform. You will be able to go through all of the courses because all of them are unlocked. so you are able to see them. Hopefully that's okay because I still have a couple of things that I want to show. But if we have time, I can also show you the mathematics course as well, if that's okay. Hopefully it is. And thank you very much for the question. But like I mentioned before, and this is one thing to lastly mention, when it comes to the platform, you will be able to get the benefits that I was mentioning before. So just as a small summary, when it comes to, let me go to the teaching. You have personalized learning, AI assistance, adult learning. Of course, this presentation will also be shared. Entire experience digitalized with the creating, managing content, correcting assignments, and so on, plus specialized courses, academic, non-academic. But at the same time, for students, we have the full library, interactivity, assignments that are offered, feedback, which is discussion back and forward with the teacher, uh, and the dashboard, of course, in such a way that they can see where they are on their learning journey. And for schools, we provide you the full accessibility, meaning that once we have the school created, in the platform, we will provide you a school admin account in which you can configure the school however you want. We can have personalized job roles. So depending on the schools, and our research shows that each school has their own personal configurations. You can have different types of roles with different type of permissions. All of them can be set up by us, and afterwards you are able to benefit from the experience. This being said, regarding the onboarding session, uh, the next steps that would be first of all to enroll the teachers. So, for example, you will be available to be enrolled. We will enroll you with your email addresses. So you'll receive in the next days an invitation email from Spark Generation, where you can join the platform. And afterwards, you are able to add the students that you want to interact with, create the classes, and afterwards be able to um, use the platform without a problem. This is the manual way in which you can do it. But if you want, I would recommend, depending of course also on the number of students, if you want, we can first register you as a teacher and a school admin, and afterwards you can provide us with a list of students that you want uploaded, and we will upload it within 24 hours in such a way that it is much more easier for you to just start interacting with your students and see how it is. The students will afterwards, depending on how you want to proceed, either doing it yourself or doing it from us. The students will receive invitations to join the platform, again on their email addresses. And afterwards, with my colleague Andrea, we will have webinars sessions in which we will do onboarding for the students as well. These are optional. Of course, we have also micro learning for students where they can see how the platform works as well. But we recommend the students to join because it's a very interesting approach. They will have a lot of interesting features that are presented there. Plus, on top, how the dashboard works and what are the benefits of using that dashboard from a well-being perspective. And afterwards, they can start working with it without a problem. Yeah. The last part, the step 4, is using the platform and the assessment without a problem. The last thing that I wanted to mention, and for that I need to close my screen and reshare it. Sorry for the small interruption. Just one sec. Window. Perfect. The last thing that I wanted to mention, firstly, as a summary, when it comes to AI assistance for the teachers, we wanted to make sure that we can help both pre-work, meaning pre-classroom, with content creation and correction guide suggestions. You can create content afterwards, post-work, meaning post-classroom. We wanted to also create value and efficiency in such a way that you have auto-grade functionality as a feedback and feedback suggestions for you as teachers in such a way that we can try as much as possible to simplify your administrative tasks. Of course, I'm calling them administrative. They are the tasks where you can create content, correct content, provide feedback, and so on. The in this case, once you quickly do this part, you are able to focus on interaction with students, on improving their skills, and so on. Yeah. This takes me to the last thing that I wanted to mention for today, which is the Spark assessment. This Spark assessment is a tool that, of course, again, is free and is able to be used by your students directly from the platform. It is an assignment that they can do. It kicks off the discussions, and you can have very interesting discussions with your students. Once they complete it, they will get a very interesting feedback regarding, first of all, how or what are their academic interests. Meaning, of course, these are just suggestions based on what they have completed. So it's a self-reflection. Afterwards, you get suggestions, what would be the interest when it comes to the different types of topics. So, for example, in this case, this demo student likes science and technology. Sorry, doesn't like science and technology, is a medium, but they have a high interest in art and history. Sorry, like this. Afterwards, the next part is well-being uh, for the students and action points. What can they do? Positive emotions, uh, mood, life satisfaction, big personality factors, meaning extroversion, agreeability, and so on. Each of them being very thoroughly explained with all kinds of action points as well. Lastly, and one of the most important things that I consider are the Spark 21st Century Skill Framework. This framework is developed by our researchers and psychologists in such a way that it has four main categories. Each category has four different subtopics: critical thinking, problem solving, information media and literacy, creativity and innovation, which we consider are topics or are skills that are very good to have within the 21st century for each student. Afterwards, you can see that for each of the different skill sets, you have scores. These scores, like I mentioned before, are self-reflective based on the answers that the students offered. The Spark, and one thing to know is that the values can change from one submission to another. The students can have this Spark assessment multiple times because it can change all throughout their journey in the high school as well. And you can see that all of them have different types of values as well, plus, of course, just like before, explanations. The last thing that we have on the Spark assessment is the career interests or the Holland career codes. And this type of uh, framework splits everything into six different sections, and based on the results, we can also again provide some small suggestions related to possible interests when it comes to careers. So selecting realistic and enterprising, you can see sport and fitness and entrepreneurship. All the time you have suggestions of job roles. All the time you have suggestions of courses that can be learned on the platform, and what are the benefits for them as well. Yeah. This report can be used, just like I mentioned before, as a conversation starter, and the values that I was showing you here, the skills, can be also seen in the student dashboard once the student completes the Spark assessment as well. Yeah, the 360 assessment. This being said, this is what I wanted to mention from a platform perspective. It would be very interesting to know what are your thoughts about the platform as well. How do you see it applying to your school? And of course, just like I mentioned before, we will share all the content. We will share the accounts. You will be able to create the classes. Uh, I recommend, this is my personal recommendation, of course, I recommend that we can help you with the onboarding part, meaning that once you have registered into the platform, you can very quickly do the Spark FAQ for teachers. It's maybe like 30-minute course because it has 30-second videos with the platform. You can go to it each time you have any type of question. We also are, like I mentioned before, one email away, meaning that you can access the platform and send us an email, and we can help you without any type of challenge. And afterwards, if you want, we can share a list with you, and in that Excel file, you have a couple of fields that you need to complete for your students, and we will onboard them within 24 hours after we receive the list as well. Yeah. Afterwards, you are able to start using the platform and starting offering assignments, feedback, everything like I mentioned before. Just a sec. Thank you for the question. We will provide the login within the next days. So thank you very much for the question. You will have access to all of the courses, mathematics, computer science, and you can select all of them, whether they are IGCSE or AS or A2. Please, depending on the email address that you have offered to us, we will send on that email address, we will send you the invitation link. It is an invitation link from Spark Generation. You can click on it, set your password, and afterwards you are able to join without a problem. Yeah.
So I want to add here because I see the question. So you were invited to this call because you won the package that is called Spark Joy. It means that you as a teacher with your subject, you have free to use Spark platform with your subject. So it means that if you are a math teacher, it's not a free trial. You can use Spark platform with your students for maths. If you are a psychology teacher, you can use it with psychology. If you are a computer science, so we look at the 55 teachers and I saw the majority of subjects. So it means that your school and you as a teacher, you have it for free for your subject. If you want to extend it to all of your colleagues after you use it, you like it, only after you need to pay as a school. So you start, you test it, you use it, you like it, and you say, you know what, I want all of the teachers from the school to use Spark. So that's the moment. So it means you have it for free for your own subject and also your students. So if you are a teacher starting with year 10 to year 13, lucky of them, it means all of the classes in maths, they can use Spark in IGCSE Maths, AS, and A level. So your students, you will be a teacher connected with your students. This is included in the package. And also the coaching session, you will be invited for teachers, and also we have coaching for students. It's optional, but it's something that we included to really feel the experience that we offer.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. I'm here tonight because a colleague of mine, I think, given this package, and then she's unable to make it tonight. So I've asked a lot of questions that she probably knew the answer to, but I will feed back to her tomorrow when I see her. But thank you for your support.
It's our pleasure, and thank you very much for the questions. Very valuable. We appreciate it. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, just like Florina mentioned, you will have the login. Once you have it, you can join, you can see everything, and you can start working with your students. It's something that we have offered for the teachers. And please let us know if there are any questions. In the email, you will also see that we send. You will also see the address where you can contact us no matter when. You can contact us. The normal reply time is within 24 hours, but usually I can tell you that we answer within a couple of hours as well. Yeah. This being said, this is what I wanted to say for today. Just wanted to open the discussion to know if my colleagues wanted to also mention anything, or if you would like to mention anything. Yeah, thank you again for the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Katya. Perfect. In that case, Florina, Radu.
So all the information will be also shared on email. So you will have access to the platform. You will receive the presentation. We will also share the course catalog to see exactly all the courses that are available. And also we will share the Excel file where you can fill in your students if you want us to help you with the onboarding, that it's more easy, natural, and everything will be set. And if you have troubles and you still need support, we have our colleagues that will help you.
Definitely. Our pleasure to do that. Awesome.
Thank
If
you. So we
maybe
can stop the registration.
awesome.